to design a HO scale model railway building. Hi modelers, I'm Chris, the modeler at ABR Modelworks. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the Modular Model Building System design grids. But first, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you never miss out on seeing what we're up to and getting more enjoyment out of your model railway hobby. Oh, and stay around to the end because we have a special offer for you as well. So let's go to the model bench and get started. In the last video, let's build a simple HO scale model railway building, and if you haven't seen it, there's a link below. We made this building showing you how the modular model building system goes together to make a model building. So we'll use it in this design example. I started that video by showing you a sketch of the building. And now to make it easier for you, I have made two design grids. One for the floor plan and one for the panels. Plus a set of instructions, a parts list and a list of the panels themselves. So let's go through the steps of designing a building. Now before we get going on the floor plan, there are a few things you need to know about the panels and their sizing. They come in 1 to 6 stories, which are stackable to give you the height of building you need. A single opening that has window or brick, they come with both, so you can choose at the time of building. They also come in double opening, window and brick, or double brick, and again window and brick comes with the set, and concrete only with the joint lines that match up with the openings on the other panels. There are additional panels with roller doors, entrances, loading bays, etc., which are shown on the panel sheet. But here we have an example of those panels. So these are ground floor level panels, ground floor being below the loading bay, loading bay high entrances, so roller door again, workers entrances, and two internal style loading bay entrances. Now the panels come in 3 widths. The full width panels, which are 3.5 inches or 76 millimeters. The half width panels, which are 1.5 inches or 38 millimeters. And the quarter width panels, which are 3/4 of an inch or 19 millimeters. And of course they all come in the 1 through to 6 stories tall. Now because of the tab and slot system, when adding a series of panels together, the total width of the wall is the width of the panels that you're using plus 1/8 or 3 millimeters to allow for the thickness of the wall itself. To accommodate this on the floor plan grid, we have a series of boxes. The solid line is the center line of the wall. The dotted line is the outside line of the building. So before you can even start the design process, you need to measure up the area on your layout where the building is to go. This will tell you how large a building that you can build, and you need to take into consideration any external items like platforms. Okay, so we've now measured up the area on our layout. So we have a land area size, and we have an understanding of the sizes of the panels and how much space they take up. For this example, our building is 3 panels long by 1 panel deep. And it also has a wraparound platform. The platform width is half a panel. So let's say for this example, the total land area is 2 panels deep by 4 panels long. So we'll start in the bottom left hand corner and put a dot, and we'll come across 4 panels and mark that spot, and we'll go back on the grid 2 panels deep, and now we have the land area marked out, so we can start to work on the next step, which is marking out the size of the building itself. Okay, so next we're going to mark the building, and because the building has a platform, we'll start by marking the outside of the building in the back right hand corner. So it's 1 panel deep by 3 panels long, using the dots on the outside of the center line. So we now have the outer edge of our building, and next we're going to mark in where the platform is going to sit. And so the platform is a half panel width. So now the corner panels are 1 by 1 in terms of covering the panel width. We then add a single platform, and so therefore our platform is 2 panels wide, and there we have it. We've now got our platform marked on our floor plan. Okay, so that is it for the floor plan. We have the building marked out, we have the platform marked out, and we have our total land area marked out. So it's time to go on to the next stage and start marking out on the panel design sheet the panels themselves. But before we move on to the panel design grid, let's just quickly talk about stepped walls and background buildings. So let's imagine for a moment that we were, say, building a 4 panel wide building. So we'll just quickly draw that in. Again, make it 1 panel deep. And you wanted to have a stepped, say, entranceway. So you could come across half a panel and mark it like so. And then when you've done your design, you've got 4 panels across the back, you've got 2 on this side, a half panel bringing the entranceway stepped out. So that's a fairly easy concept. You can also join them on an angle if you wish. You just need to work out how long the rear panels are going to be, or if it's going up against a background, then it doesn't matter. Now the next thing we should look at is the background buildings. And with our panels, using this one as an example, we've removed the tabs on this side because we're going to continue the width, but on this side it's flat. And so imagine for a moment that this was our background. A background building could actually just be a series of panels placed side by side with really no depth to it. But you can use the quarter or half panels to add depth. And so again, from a drawing point of view, you just simply draw it in like so with whatever the depth is going to be. It could be more than 1 panel, it could be a quarter or a half, or like I say, no panels at all. So let's move on to the next step of drawing out the panels themselves on the panel design sheet. Okay, so here we have the wall panel design sheet, and you'll see that it has a legend at the top to show you what the various lines are on the sheet itself. It has the markings for stories, 1 story, 2 story, 3, 4, etc. It also has dotted lines depicting where the windows would go. So this building is only 3 panels wide and 1 panel deep. So we're going to start with this building by using the first panel on the left hand side to mark out the left-hand panel. Now the left-hand end of this building is 2 panels high because it's 2 stories, but it's actually made up of 2 different styles of panels, a concrete panel at the base and a 2 opening panel above it. So let's mark that on the building. So first of all, we will come up our 2 stories and we'll come across where the roof is, which is the dotted blue line. Next we'll mark the joint line between the 2 floors, and that is the base line, which is this line here. So we can see that we've got 2 panels. Now moving across, I'll leave this section free and I'll draw the outline of the 3 panel wide 2 story high building. So again we go 2 stories up, we come across the roof section and we come down to the roof height of the single story area, and we come across the 2 panels. So we now have this face drawn on our sheet. Again, we're going to leave a panel just to give us some working room, and we're going to draw this end. Now this is a little bit different because we've actually got a 1 panel high end wall, but stepped inside we have a 1 panel to cover the 2nd story of that section of the building. So again we will do the outline being 2 stories tall, and we'll also mark the height of the 1st story because that's the face that you're seeing here. And as a reference point, the floor which is below it, so we'll put the series of dots across so that you can see there's a panel in the background. Now to mark that panel on this sheet, what we'll do is we'll mark out a panel that's sort of sitting in space. So there's the baseline of the panel, and there's the roof, and I like to just draw an arrow depicting that this panel actually lives there. So we've now drawn the outline for the left hand end of our building and the front face, and the right hand end of our building we'll now draw on a separate sheet the back wall. Now it doesn't really matter where you start it, but I'm going to put it in the same place. So on the front sheet we were 2 panels in, so our wall will go up 2 panels and it's 3 panels wide. Now the difference between the front and the back is that it is a mirror of the 2. And so this is the end that's going to be 2 stories high. So we'll mark the outside of it. Okay, so we now have all of the walls marked on our design sheets. The next thing is to record in the bottom the panels that we're going to use and mark those panels on the sheet itself. So for that we're going to use the list of panels as a reference. So next, using the photos on the panel list sheet as a guide, sketch and mark each of the panels and write the panel number in the section below each, so that you're starting to build your list of parts to build this building. This first panel is a concrete panel, so it just has the lines marked on it. I'll just fill those in just that I know, but with nothing in the middle, so it's blank. The part number for this, it's a 1-story, so it's 043. The panel above is also a 1-story panel, a single opening panel, so that is 007, and its window is like so. And I just roughly, just so that I've got an idea of what each panel is. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish doing the rest of these and putting in the numbers, and I'll come back to you when I've done that. Okay, so I've now done the 2 end walls and this sheet. I'll continue on now with the rear panel. We'll spin that one around. Okay, there you have it. We have our design with the panels marked and the items listed in the sheet at the bottom. What we'll do next is transfer this information onto our parts list. And our first panel is a 007. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 and 3. Now you can fill in the rest of the part number if you wish, and you can put the description of each of the items and any additional notes that you might want to add in. Now if you are adding any 3D parts, so on this building as an example we have a fire bell, a fire hydrant, a power board meter, awnings and roller door entrance protectors. So we would mark those and list them. Okay, so there you have it. We have our floor plan marked out with the area that we've got to work within, the building size and the platform. We have each of the walls, the end walls and the facing wall and the rear wall, and of course the list of parts that we need. So all you need to do next is get the parts and start your building. If you'd like to get a copy of the Modular Model Building System design grids, they are available as a free product for download on our website. There's a link below. I hope this video has given you a good overview and a starting point for your next model railway building. But please let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, your feedback and questions will help us make better models, and at the same time help us produce better video content for you as well. So please leave a comment in the comment section below. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, we have a special offer for you. If you go to the ABR Modelworks website and sign up for our newsletter, we'll send you a thank you email that will have a 20% discount coupon for your first purchase. Plus, we would like to freight all of your orders to you free of charge. So we've now set up a page that talks about pricing and how to get free freight. There's a link below for that as well. In the meantime, I'm Chris, the modeler at ABR Modelworks. Thanks for watching and have a great day.